Hello and welcome to Turning Veganese with AJ. How's everyone doing? Today we have a different type of video. It's what I like to call an off-topic video. Not about veganism, but really it's about video games because the great PJ Venom was asking me about my favorite video game franchises and characters for the Dear AJ segment that we all love, but sadly I could not find a way to place it in that segment, because if I start talking about video games I'm just gonna go on and on and on. I'm gonna try to make this one not as long, also because it's like I can talk about games forever, okay? It's one of my favorite things and I don't even know where to begin. But I do have to say something. I'm not really much of a franchise guy. I'm more into like several individual games within those franchises. So for many of them, I might like one or two, or mostly like at most three of the games. But some franchises go for so long, they go on for so long that I don't know, I lose track of them and I don't play them anymore. Case in point, we have the Mega Man games from the Nintendo Entertainment System. I mean, I love those games. I love that Mega Man guy, you know, one of my favorite characters as well. And the Mega Man games, they're awesome, they're really fun, they're extremely challenging, especially those Nintendo, the old ones. They're extremely challenging, very difficult. And, you know, those games are awesome, great characters, great, you know, the music is freaking amazing. And it makes sense because the game in Japan is actually called Rockman, and as in the music, rock music, and it makes sense. So yeah, Rockman, Mega Man, you know, call it what you want, but amazing Mega Man. The most iconic for me, at least in my experience, was Mega Man 3. It was the game of my childhood. I played and replayed that game over and over. I could never finish it, but that wasn't about finishing it. You know, it was an experience that you would have. It was a challenge, and I couldn't really. You know, it's too difficult, too brutal, especially for a kid. I mean, now it's still very difficult. I try to play it, and I still can't finish the game. That's how difficult it is, even for an adult. So it's really wow. But the soundtrack, as I was saying, is freaking iconic. The Mega Man 3 soundtrack with that iconic thing, the intro song, and then even the select screen is freaking awesome. And some of the stages have one of the best music in any video game. The Magnet Man level, I played that level over and over and over just for the music. Also because I kept dying over and over again, so I had to replay it. But the music and the Snake Man theme, man alive, what an eargasm you get when you listen to that. It's freaking awesome. Especially if you're a bass player, you're going to appreciate the bass line on the Snake Man theme, Mega Man 3 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Check it out. It's freaking amazing. Another franchise of old, it's the Sonic the Hedgehog games. Freaking awesome. It blew my mind when I saw that hedgehog guy running around and spinning and jumping all over the place. It was freaking amazing. Again, the levels are so colorful, so full of life, and the music, yet again, the soundtrack, that Sega Genesis sound is so iconic. And I don't know, the music. Another game that I played mostly for the music, really. Some of the most iconic theme songs in any video game franchise, you can find it there. One of my favorites from the first Sonic game, the Starlight Zone music is freaking awesome. What a beautiful melody. And we have for the Sonic 2 game, we have the Casino Night. I played Casino Night. That was my level. I would play it for hours and hours just to play the stage, not even to finish it. I would just spend all the time just jumping about the different games of the casino and stuff like that. And it was freaking awesome. And the music, great. A plus. Amazing games. Now, for a more modern era, I do have, for example, I mean, this one is one of the games that, what, I don't know, when I mention it, you're gonna know what it is. Resident Evil. Of course, Resident Evil. I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. Guys, I was 13 years old when the first Resident Evil came out for the PlayStation 1, the original one. And it completely changed my pers- perspective, my perception of what a video game could be. Because back home, I just had my Sega Genesis playing, Sonic and stuff like that. And then I see this game with like modern graphics. I mean, modern graphics for 1996, and the characters, they talk to each other and they strategize what they're gonna do in the mansion, what not, and the zombies and the blood and the zombie dogs and everything. It was crazy. What a game! Now I know that many people they've made a meme out of the game with the bad voice acting and the like the tank controls. Many people are not really into the whole tank control fixed camera thing. But back in the day, we didn't care about the cheesy voice acting. I mean, it was freaking. I mean, the characters talk. That was already mind blowing to us back in the day. So it was amazing. And I don't know. Again, the music is awesome. The ambient of it all is freaking amazing. You're terrified to play. You don't know what's behind any of the doors. You open a door, you don't know what's there. Awesome, iconic, freaking amazing. Obviously, one of my favorite video game characters from that franchise is, of course, my lady, my wife, Jill Valentine. I mean, of course she is. What a lady. Amazing. Now another franchise that I do like it's the God of War games. Man, I like God of War. What can you say about it? It's just freaking awesome. Kratos, what a guy. Guys wanna be him, ladies wanna be with him. It's just amazing. It's great because we hear a lot about these ladies complaining that the ladies in video games they're like too attractive, and they create this unachievable level of attractiveness or whatever it is. And look at Kratos, man. I mean, what the heck? But us guys, when we see like a Kratos guy or something, we're like, bloody hell, I gotta hit the gym, man. I gotta be like that guy. That's what I wanna look like. So I don't know. Oh man, he's freaking awesome. Kratos just, he solves all of his problems with violence. My favorite kind of problem-solving strategy. the bloodshed and the violence. Yes, it's awesome. Yes. What's not to love about the God of War games? Freaking iconic. Now another franchise that I do like is the Mass Effect. The Mass Effect trilogy is unbelievable. I'm not even too much into sci-fi. I do like sci-fi, kinda, but to me the greatest sci-fi ever created is Mass Effect. The Mass Effect games, especially the original trilogy. I haven't played Andromeda, but the original trilogy, amazing. Like, again, the music, the stories, the characters, the places, the planets, everything, the battles, it's too great. The dialogues, everything is so freaking great. If you haven't played it, I do recommend it. It's like amazing. The second game, Mass Effect 2, for me at least, it remains as one of the greatest games ever made. One of the greatest games ever. And the final mission is to me one of the greatest video game missions or levels of any game ever. I don't want to say too much about it because then I would spend hours. But I mean, my favorite characters from those games, with too many to count. I do like Joker, the Joker character, because I mean it's not the Joker, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker. It's some other guy named Joker, but because he's like a very sarcastic guy, always with a quick joke or some sarcastic remark. And he's played by one of my favorite actors, Seth Green. So awesome. And I do like many of the other characters. There's Garrus, there's um, Mordin Solus. Well, I play that Mass Effect 2 for reasons. Uh, uh, Reasons. Yeah. But it's awesome. Yes, yes, it is. And I don't know which another one. Man, too many to count. There's so many video games, and they're all. You know what? I was forgetting about the other franchise that completely changed everything to me. GTA, Grand Theft Auto, GTA, freaking amazing. Like the Vice City is still my favorite video game, or at least one of my favorite video games of all time. Tommy Vercetti, amazing character, and it's just iconic. Again, I don't know. I'm using the word iconic for everything here, but it's just that's what it is. That's what the kids are calling things now, and so that's all I can say. I don't know. You have to play it to believe it. It's freaking awesome. Like back in the early 2000s, when a classmate of mine told me about GTA 3, and he described the game, I was blown away by the description, because what game is this? Like, you had this guy that could commit all kinds of terrible acts against other people and stuff, and steal cars and blow up things, and or blow things up, I don't know, whatever you say it in English, I don't care. And I was, what, you could run over some old lady or whatever. Amazing. Like, what other game does that? The possibilities are endless. You can do all sorts of horrible things, and it was great. And again, the soundtrack, the Vice City. The thing is, I went to, at that time I was still living in Venezuela, so I traveled to the United States. I go to one of these game stores, which still existed back in the day, and I was like, hey, yeah, where's the GTA 3? I want it. And the clerk was like, dude, get the GTA Vice City, it just came out, it's way better. And I was like, Vice City, what is that? I bought the game upon the guy's recommendation, and I gotta say thank you, clerk, dude, guy from that store, because you completely changed my life with this game. Like, it was freaking awesome. It was love at first homicide, Really, I love the game, and it's like, I don't know, I don't know how to describe it. It's like set in the 80s. It's a fictionalized version of Miami. It's really similar. It's like it pays homage, or basically it rips off the movie Scarface, basically, but it's like something like that. So it's really awesome. I like the 80s. I like the music. It has a real soundtrack of real artists and songs from that era, the 80s. It's freaking awesome, and the radio stations are really fun. All the radio DJs and stuff, they're really fun to listen to. And sometimes I wouldn't even play the game. I would just park the car and listen to the radio stations for a while, because it was just amazing, really. Good times with those games, especially the Vice City one. Then we have, fighting games. Of course, we have Street Fighter, we have Mortal Kombat, and who doesn't know those games? They're awesome. And obviously we have Soul Calibur, a game that I played because of reasons. Reasons. And yeah, sure, like my favorite characters from those games, I mean, Street Fighters, I was really a fan of Honda. I don't know if Honda had too many fans. I think everyone was just fan of, Ryu or Ken or whatever, some other guy with I don't know, however you pronounce those names. And so, but to me, I was a Honda guy. Honda was my dude, I like that guy. Yeah, absolutely awesome. And Vega, I was a fan of Vega, even though apparently Vega in Japan, like, they did a complete reversal. Like, I don't know, they took three of the characters, have their names interchanged. So what who we know as Vega is actually like Balrog, and Balrog is the other guy. I don't know. It's a weird thing. I don't know. Look it up, but it's true. But the guy we know as Vega, the guy with the mask and stuff, that guy, I like that guy. And Mortal Kombat, obviously my favorite guy, my main man, Sub-Zero. Come on, people. I mean, Sub-Zero, freaking amazing. Uh, my favorite character from those Mortal Kombat games, and he was such a favorite of mine that my Mortal Kombat 2 cartridge, I had a label maker and I labeled it Sub Zero. You know, because that's how much of a Sub Zero stan I was back in the day. And you know, there's also sports games. I'm a big sports games guy because I like sports and I love playing the sports games, you know. And FIFA, man, I've been playing FIFA since forever, since like the 96 version came out. So I had FIFA 96 to present day, you know, just to sum it up because, yeah, I'm a FIFA guy. Yes, I admit I'm one of those FIFA guys. Yes, I get scammed every year buying the same game with different graphics. I don't care. I love FIFA. That's it. Now it's not called FIFA now because they lost the license or whatever. So it's now called EAFC. It's the same FIFA game as always. I don't care. I love it. It's terrible, but it's like a terrible thing that you still love. So I don't know. And we have all those NHL games, hockey, you know, and the NBA 2K games. They're really cool. I don't know what to say. Oh well, another franchise, Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid, freaking amazing. My favorite games is Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 for the PlayStation. Well, I mean, the 1 is for the PlayStation 1, and then Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty for the PlayStation 2. Amazing. I mean, who doesn't love Snake? That's another guy that guys want to be him. You know, you see yourself in the character. You're like, yeah, that guy's the coolest ever. Like, coolest protagonist ever. Yeah, he is. And you know, and Otacon, what a guy, what a character, freaking amazing. Um, the ending of Metal Gear Solid 2 had me scared for life. It's all kinds of weird and scary, and it was completely. It took me by surprise. It was crazy back in the day. Well, also I also play PC games like Age of Empires, especially Age of Empires 2 and 3. Love them. The Sims, yes, I'm also not only a FIFA player, I'm also a Sims player. And I don't care, I'm not going to apologize for that. And yes, Sims counts as a game. So don't let anyone else Sims shame you. Okay? I'm not going to be Sims shamed because those games are freaking awesome and you know it. You know? Oh man. And I don't know what else. I don't know, there's way too many games. Man, there's way too many games, and I haven't even scratched the surface of what I wanted to say. But yeah, those are my favorite video game franchises and games. Some of my favorite characters we already covered it. Another characters, well, I mean, The Last of Us, what a game, you know, especially the first one. That was one of the best games in the history of video games, really. And those characters of Joel and Ellie were just absolutely beautiful. What a great. Yeah, the game is freaking perfect, really. It's just perfection. I would play it more often, but I'm actually scared to death by that game, so I don't play it as much. But it's freaking awesome. The story, everything's great, so I recommend it. One of the greatest stories ever told in video game form. Another game that I do like is Horizon Zero Dawn. That game was amazing, truly. I love that lady, red hair lady, Aloy. She's awesome, and she's a warrior, you know, warrior. Yes, yes. She's like the she Kratos, you know. She's awesome. I don't know. I'm probably leaving out a bunch of other franchises and characters and stuff, but I had to do it this way because there's too many to count. And if I start I mean, I'm not going to end. It's endless, these things. So I might do other video game related videos in the future, talking about other things and talking about video games through the vegan lens, because there's some interesting games that have some vegan and animal rights philosophical stuff in there. So it's worth. I think it's worth it to explore those games. And of course, I wanted to mention this video game that Patrick Baboumian is promoting now. You know, the Uncage. That's gonna be great. We need to help this game be a reality, because of course it looks awesome, and I think vegans need to be everywhere. I'm of the idea that veganism needs to be in everything: video games, books, movies, TV shows, stand-up comedy, and you name it. If it exists, vegans need to be there. So video games are no exception. Amazing initiative, amazing everything. So let's try to help Patrick Baboumian and his Uncaged game. So I know there it is. PJ, I hope this video was to your liking. If there's anything else you want me to cover, or something that I passed on that I didn't mention, but I don't know. I think I talked about too many things at once, but I had to do it this way. There was no other way to do it. So there it is. These are my favorite video games, and I don't know. There might be others, but whatever. So, okay, I'm gonna leave it to here. End the video. Cut.